Okay, so today's date is the 26th of May, 25th of May, 2026. I'm gonna sue the police. I'm going to sue the police. I've got the perfect plan and legislation. The Human Rights Act of 1918, 19, the Human Rights Act of wait, wait. Basically, I found the Human Rights of 1988. Uh, yes. Human Rights Act of 1988. So I was detained by the police. But this is the human rights incorporates in criminal culture human rights into UK law. Okay. So basically, let me just show you my screen. Jackpot. Jackpot. Okay. So what am I doing here? So Namdi, I'm trying to use the Human Rights Act of 1988 to sue the police for £1 million. £1 million. If I had money, I would not be in this room, you know. But this is my money. This is basically under their jurisdiction. So this is under the legal UK jurisdiction. We have legislation the gov the UK the NG. No, no, nothing there. Don't worry about the divisions of something else. Because if I get £1 million, I'll not be in the poor room, but it's only half a million or because the thing the police done to me from 30th of December to 24th of April was being detained. Detainment, was being detained. I'm not one to beg. I'm not one to lie. So I need my money fast, fast, fast. I don't care anymore. I'm poor. I'm poor. So my goals are to chase this up, with the courts, with the legal courts. I filed for money claim the gov the UK online. So I've got money claim the gov the UK, and then I can do whatever I want in my life. Because the more I stay in a care home, the more depressing it is for me, and that'll be my whole life. So it's like this one I'm referring to abolition of the death penalty, death penalty in times of war, rights to marry, no. Freedom of expression. Freedom of expression. Everyone has the right to freedom of expression. This right is, I can argue this Article 10, but, it sounds kind of far fetched. So, if I can argue this properly, it will be like, I asked for the Section 29 of the Equality Act 2010, which is the police power. Why did I go to the police? Section 29 of the Equality Act 2010. Section 29 of the Equality Act 2010 is unlawful, makes it unlawful for services providers to to harass, which I believe is a police power. No, it is not a police power. A service. Wait, which service is it? A person or service provider concerned with provision of a service to a public against a section or session for the payment may also be against a person requiring. But what does it tell the police? It doesn't. It doesn't. So it's either I've read it wrong or I've misinterpreted it. So I'm looking at I'm looking at the human rights articles, and this is basically the detainment of it. But there's a link between this one and this one, which you didn't like, equality of 2010. So we have to change this lawsuit. So the link is the freedom of expression Also, it sounds kind of ridiculous. But if I argue, due to freedom of expression, I asked the police for section 29 of the Code of 2010. There'll be no, I could lose money that way. But I was there for the 5 months, 5 months I think. Uh, December, January, February, March, April, December 1, January 2, March 3, April 4, December, January, February, March, April. 5 months. 5 months. Obviously by the police. I'm not gonna take it seriously. I'm taking it seriously because it's worth a lot of money. If I can get at least £1 million, I'll buy a house. I'll buy a house. And no, I'll buy a condo. I'll buy a condo. No, no, no. I'll buy a house and then build a condo. Buy a house, build a condo. But you know, this service provider, I think I got something wrong, but I'm not sick. I'm not sick. The moment I argue I'm sick, at the moment they take the power away from me. So a session provider must not, in the product service, discriminate against a person. This one was suing the other housing for the other one for equality. So basically, they didn't give me the housing. This one's suing them from a service provider. So this is the care homes I'm referring to. This is 15 Evesham Way. For the sued me. So this one sued 15 Evesham Way. So this is what I'm saying. So basically, the equality 2010 works, trying to make me, because they didn't discriminate against anybody, just me, just me, and and I'm trying to find provision of services. What is this to the police? Why did I ask the police for housing? I have to remember why I asked the police for housing. It wasn't because of my disability. I don't have a disability. I'm not sick. I asked them for housing because of direct discrimination. Yes, of direct discrimination. This is why. So a person discriminating against a person, February. This is hard. Housing is hard in the UK. It's not even that they have money to put in a housing. It's that no one wants to do it. No, this is basically no. The money is there. All the services are working. It's just like you can't get unless you go with you're corrupt. You go with someone else to go to the service. So this is the video I'm saying today. So basically, I'm trying to find the police. Where is the link article here? Because it's my rights. Public sector's equality duty. A public authority must exercise the function due to eliminate harassment. They're not doing any of this. It's just paperwork. They're not enforcing any of this. Because they can't. Either they can't or they don't know how to. They don't even read their own paperwork. A public authority must, in exercise the functions, this is basically section 149 of the duty regards, due to elimination harassment provided by on this act. Advanced equality opportunity between persona. This is section. They're not doing it. I'm tired of suing people. I haven't sued anybody. Very well, but this one, I want this one to go to the £1 million. I want it to be £1 million, and that's for 4 months of abuse, 4 months of detaining me because I'm not the ordinary person. I'm not. I'm extraordinary. So this one is, I'm gonna leave it to anti-terrorism. They got anti-terrorism acts. They got policymakers can make anti-terrorism act. Oh, so you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of ridiculous because I'm fighting for the bare minimum in the United Kingdom. It should come free of charge. I'm a service user, and you know, I've used my my right to be a service in the UK. I'm trying to get housing No, no one's doing their job. No one wants to do the job. No, because it's always someone that knows that has a job to do, and it's either they don't know it or they are corrupt and don't want to do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's housing. It's something that they want to make me have capacity to buy. I would have just bought a house. I can still buy a house. I don't care. I would have just bought a house and move in. But they're making me work for the hard way. So the penalty is I'm gonna try to get £1 million. £1 million, just 1 million. I'm not even like so I can do everything I want in my life. You know. I've been waiting. I've just been patient, been following procedure. Now I've got my education. When this house, I can still go back to Nigeria, but I want to stay here because I really know here. I'm saying it's not even like that here in Nigeria or here UK or I know this place more than Nigeria. It's I want to work with the constitution, so I can buy a condo, but I don't be fighting in courts for years for it. But if I just state why I was to the police, according to 2010, they can clear this article and give me my £1 million. I want £1 million. I want them to remove the article and clear £1 million. Because it was somehow linked with the police matters. It was somehow linked with the police, and I can't find that linkage. So if I can find that linkage, tell them their job, and that's the quality of 2010, and then find out how they can remove the linkage from the. They can do themselves. I do care, but I need to find how to get £1 million from sue people. So I have to find the best lawyers. So let me go to Citizens Advice Bureau. Let me go to Law Society. Let me go Citizens Advice Bureau. Uh, uh, Police suing, suing the police. Types of claims. Okay, so I'm reading here about the types of claims. Common civil claims includes wrongful arrest. No. Legal process claims must be 6 years of thought. Uh, and 1 year for one human rights claim. Yeah, you know. So this is the article here, but policing.uk. So this is policing.uk. I found the site. I'm not even even pinning the sites no more. I'm trying to sue the police for £1 million. So this is 1 year thing. So let me try to file it as a human rights claim. So human rights claim that'll be uh, citizens advice. No. Uh, Law society. No. That will be yeah, law society. Law society. People don't know rights. So people don't know rights. So gonna get search human rights. And this is basically Human Rights Act of select topic, human rights. And type who can I contact? Human rights. Type guide, intervention tools, intervention letter guide. I'm gonna be careful about this. But I found my plan. So I plan to file for a human rights claim. I love money. I love money, guys. I love money. Money makes the world go round. I'm trying to find a human rights violation claim. Human rights, just a topic. No, I already filed for the assault of 13 police officers, but there were 30 of them. 30 of them that did nothing. 30 of them that were just, 30 of them for human rights violation. That would be the rest of it, because, there were 30 minus 13 is 17. So it should be fine. So it, it's like that, It's like that with the police, It's either you know or you don't know your rights. Say, 'cause there's no support, The police are fighting against you, so who will give you support, Eh, eh, Yeah, yeah, I know. So like, so it's like yeah. Um, yeah, so it is like this. So you have to understand your rights. No one teaches you in school. No one, they don't teach you human rights in school. They say education. It doesn't mean anything until you experience it. Until you get the technique and start understanding stuff, you start learning. It's kind of depressing. You know, I found the quality actually, but I made a mistake. There's some simple place I made. It was related to the police. I found other obviously. It was my other video I made, but I can't find the video again. So human rights law, police, policing. So I don't hate the police. This is metropolitan. This is standard metropolitan stuff. Ladies are metropolitan. Those are UK police. The impact of human rights on policing. Let me try to find the money I need because I have to call them tomorrow. So let me try to find Law Society Police. Laws. um Let me try to find this article from the is the first. So human rights 1988, 1998. I need it sorted out. Oh, I could argue about conscience, because I'm good at this. Freedom of thought, freedom of expression, or conscience. I can argue that. Let me argue this. So let me think about my argument. My argument is for £1 million that under okay due to the Freedom of Thought, Conscience, and Religions Act of Human Rights Act of 1998. If the court nomination question cat religious organization uh, concerns religion, yes, my thought process was that asking the police, because I come from a community, when we come to the community, we can ask the police for services, and the police felt because I come from a rural environment in Illinois State, and we work with the community to ensure everyone's problem is resolved. So I asked the police for section freedom of based on my concerns, my thought process, and my beliefs of goodwill concerns my beliefs of a good which is taboo in the UK. I believe my due to my thoughts that the police would have housed me via the Equality of 2010 and given section 29 of the Equality of 2010 my ability to express myself in the community. So that's what I'll say to them to make sure that they understand very well. But it took me for 3 months, 4 months. Uh, so yeah. Okay, so that's the thing. £1 million, £1 million. It's like it's either now or never because I still gotta go to the care leaver service. I'm still gonna go to the content layer for care leavers. I'm still gonna go content them for but I want £1 million. I want £1 million, and that is why I'm trying to portray myself as £1 million. Investment opportunity. you know, I don't like what I'm saying sometimes. I It's just laughable because it's community, it's life, it's UK, it's United Kingdom. We're united, but we're divided now because I divided us, for goodwill based on my good notion, So I don't feel like I've done anything wrong. I just feel like I want £1 million so I can get out of the trauma that I'm suffering in the room because I am not sick. I am not sick. If I was sick, I would stay I'll stay here and be doing the same thing every day. You know, I want £1 million. I'll stay in the country.